Hi guys, I'm here today to discuss your next big project. I'm going to make this video recording so that you can look back and reference, kind of get a good idea on what to expect. I've also posted an assignment on Google Classroom that will have kind of the clear expectations and guidelines, as well as I've included a PowerPoint that kind of highlights what I'm going to review today. So you'll have all three of those to reference and use as you work on this project. I will also be in the virtual classroom later this week to answer any questions, any confusion, and kind of set up our groups by the end of this week or into next week. So, what we've chosen for this next project is to research and learn about a local nonprofit. So this is kind of like a charity organization that you're interested in, or one that you either know about or want to learn more about, or kind of a area, a cause that you think is important and you would like to understand a certain charity that kind of supports that cause. So for this project, we're going to be working in groups, but there will be individualized assignments that go along with it. I want to I want us to work as a group for a majority of it, but I also want to make sure and ensure that everyone is keeping up with their group, contributing to their project, research, and just overall project for the group. So that's why I'm going to include some individualized work as well. So the main thing we're going to do is, as a group, is research, communicate. You can meet in the virtual classroom. You can talk over the phone, however you can, email, to really discuss what you found, answering a lot of the guided questions that I've listed for you, as well as anything that you found interesting, or anything you think you can do or the general public can do to help your cause. So hopefully this is a fun project, something that you're passionate about, and something that you'll learn a lot about on how you can help and how others in our community can either be benefited from or help out as well. So today it'll be simple. I'll let you discuss a couple different nonprofits. I'll list a couple for you to reference as well. You can pass them by me, and then we'll divide into groups. First, let me go over kind of the main components of this project, though. So first, we're going to set our groups. I will then give you time to research and take notes on your chosen charity. So you can do this by researching credible websites. You can do it by emailing the company. You can do it by interviewing people who work there. You can do it by finding maybe parents or teachers who have a connection to a charity that you know of, and kind of connect through them. And I'll also be there to reach out and assist you in doing so as well. The ones I have listed that you are possible options for you to choose as a group are all ones that I have a connection, whether it be through another teacher, through a friend, someone who works there. So all those would be good options for you if you really want to ensure that you're going to be able to discuss with someone and really find out the most you can about this project. But if you have one that you already know of and you don't have a connection, that's totally fine too. I want this to be something you really care about, and something that you and your group work hard towards because you're passionate about giving back to the community. Um, So a couple of things. The main component is going to be an essay. This is going to be a standard 5-paragraph essay. I'll be there to guide you on the structure and organization of your notes as well as your rough drafts. So hopefully we will be using credible sources, and we'll also kind of be in an orderly sequence of how kind of a reported research essay should look. So I'll give you ideas. It's on your assignment page that I've handed out on what I would like to include in each paragraph. This does not mean that you need to include everything on there. It does not mean that you can include other ideas or things you found out on those paragraphs. Though it's just kind of a guide if you're having trouble to keep you going and what would fill out a standard essay if I were to do it. As a group, you will be doing the research together, compiling notes, interview questions, and kind of just your interest on why you chose it as a group, why you care about this charity, what they do. So you'll just be researching and learning as much as you can about their daily operations. The next will be the essay component, and then finally, as a group, you guys will form some form of presentation. I will give this your choice. Groups will run it by me before you get started on the presentation. But you could do a poster board, video, PowerPoint slide, diagrams. You could have someone come in. You can show pictures of what you did to help if you were able to contribute. Anything that you can do to present it to the class, that'd be great. Lastly, if you can, I've kind of mentioned this, if you can contribute to the cause in any way, if you reach out and find out that they take volunteers, if you can donate money, if you can do a trash cleanup, if you can do a school penny drive, if you can collect canned food donations for certain like transition house, however you've learned that you can contribute would be great. And again, I will help assist you with reaching out to the companies. I will do that. I don't want you to do that. So please run things by me before, and I will help connect you with people to interview or to email questions to, or to shadow, to volunteer, things like that. It'll all go through me to help you out. So, assignment, guided questions, research. The last thing I'll discuss today is there will be kind of some guidelines or deadlines. So we'll be working on this project for the next 4 to 6 weeks. So each day, hopefully you can just work a little bit on it whenever you have some free time. I will set some deadlines to ensure that we're kind of moving along at a similar pace as a class. I will be doing check-ins with each group weekly to see any questions, progress, give guided questions, suggestions, and kind of see if I've heard back or what we can do to communicate with the local nonprofit of choice. So the first deadline will be kind of finding out our groups, which group you chose, run by the nonprofit, and okay it by me. We'll do this by the end of the week. The next week, I'll have all the notes turned in by the end of the week. So after you as a group have researched and compiled notes onto a PDF, you can turn them into me. And again, we'll go over credible sources, what's a good source, what isn't. I'll be looking for that in the essays. And then we'll do rough draft essays. Will be due in the 3rd or 4th week. And then final draft essays will be due in the 4th or 5th week. And lastly, the presentation will be due as a group in the 5th or 6th week. So hope this was informative. I'm excited. I have the nonprofits I've reached out to about this idea, and if they would accept volunteers, how they would take 6th graders in this project. We're very enthusiastic and excited. So I hope you guys are excited too. And again, it can be anything from helping the environment, health, agriculture, cancer, just whatever you're passionate about and you think you'd like to support and learn more about. That's what I want you to choose. So I don't want you to group up with people just because you're friends with them. I really want this to be something that you care about and you chose because you've always wanted to help in that direction, or you care about that specific cause for our community. The last thing I think I didn't explain was, once we do have the groups, I'll post and list them, and anyone who's not in a group can then ask to join a group. I'd like groups to be under 4 people, but if we go a little over, that's fine. So once groups are made, don't feel like you're left out of a group. We'll add you to whatever group you would like to be in. If 2 groups want to do the same, because we have 8 or so people who want to do that charity, we'll work that out. I think that's totally fine. We'll have you do separate presentations. But I think that would be totally fine if people really care about a specific or want to do a specific, maybe dog shelter or cat shelter. We can work through that. So look forward to talking to you guys and answering any questions later this week. Right now, please start researching local charities. Take a look at my list and research those. Find one that you're passionate about and put your name on that, under that list, and I'll start organizing the groups, and then we'll go from there. The next thing we'll do in my next video is I'll discuss, we're going to discuss the essays, kind of show you an example format of an essay on what it would look like from a past student. And then we'll look at credible and uncredible sources, which we've been working on. But I really want to ensure that we're researching and taking information from the right sources and not just opinions or sources that may not be fully accurate. So, all right, have a good day. Get started on this, guys, and I'll see you later this week in the video classroom. So, bye, guys.